Back again, and welcome back to what is going to be the start of this application reboot. As you know, I had a little bit of an issue and I'm a bit ill at the minute, but I decided that I'm gonna have to come and do it and start the video regardless. So from the last video, you know exactly what the plan was, what we're planning on doing in terms of rebooting this application. And what I thought was, instead of actually carrying on or starting from where we left off, we're going to actually do something a little bit different first. We're going to actually package up like a starter kit files. I'm going to be putting that through our GitHub repository, and we're going to be uploading it to Packagist so we can then download it as a project and sort of like build our application from that. So the first couple of videos is going to be me just walking through how I go about doing stuff like this. I am not saying it's everyone else does it, that's how I am doing it. So that's pretty much what I'm going to be doing in the first couple of videos, just trying to set up a skeleton package, creating a repo for it, pushing it to the repository, and then uploading it to Packages. So we're going to go through that little process so you guys can see exactly how, or if you're interested in knowing how we go about doing stuff like this, then stay tuned for the next couple of videos, because that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. So one more thing as well, I have changed the color of my editor. I'm not using this white background. I'm hoping that is going to make it a little bit more visually pleasing so you can see the text a bit more. I've also increased the font size to about 20 pixels or something like that, just so you guys on smaller devices can still try and take part. Right, so without further ado, we're going to be looking over this directory structure. We're going to be scrapping it completely. We're going to be starting fresh. We're going to be taking out the files that we want, putting it into a skeleton package. We're going to be getting rid of all of these directory, because as I'm saying, we're going to be building this package from scratch, and all these already got files, and this is what I've been developing on. So we've already got stuff in here, but we're going to be getting rid of all of that, because we're going to be creating it ourselves as the project proceed along. We're going to be making all of these directories and creating all the files and doing all the coding ourselves, right? So we're going to be getting rid of that, get a fresh directory, put what we want in, create a repo for it, upload it to Packages, and then come back to our editor. We're going to get our composer, we're going to create a project from it, and then we're going to start build our application from there. Right, so without further ado, let's just try and get that done. So let's just locate this directory. I'm going to go on open. You can't see what I'm seeing, but I'm essentially trying to find that directory that I've just created. I've got it right here. I'm going to click OK, open it in this window. So this is what we've just copied a while ago. So we're going to get this ready. Let's just drag this across like so. Let's close that and let's delete everything that we've got going on. Let's just delete this entire app directory. We're going to recreate it however. So I'm going to create a new directory in the root of our application, call it app. So we've got a new app directory. We're going to also delete this Magma directory. We don't need that. Going to clear out these files. Don't need those either. And we're going to clear the log. Let's get rid of that. Go. What's this? Things to delete. Well, don't know what's. Yeah, it's gone now. So we're going to get rid of this top directory as well. Don't need that. And we're going to get rid of the structure JSON file. Get rid of that. To-do list is going. And we're going to also get rid of this git or this env.example, right? So we're going to sort of like modify our composer file just to reflect our directory. So we call it MagmaCore and its starter. Thing with composer is that it doesn't allow you to write like a camel case. There has to be some like an hyphen in between. This is the syntax that composer require you to write your stuff in. So I'm going to change the date as well. So we're now in 2021, we're in August, and today is the 10th. Also going to change the name of our directory. So this is called Magma Skeleton. So we're going to say MagmaCore Starter. That's the repo that we're going to be creating for this actual project. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste it right there. Paste that right there. Paste that right there. And paste that right there as well. Everything else, I'm going to also delete some stuff from here actually. I'm going to get rid of that. Get rid of that. And that. And we're going to get rid of Symfony error handler as well. Leave a Symfony console because we're going to be using that. So that's looking good. And what else want to get rid of? To get rid of our vendor directory as well because we've made some changes. Let's just get rid of that. We're going to get our terminal. We're going to say composer update. Let that run. So what we're going to be doing next, now that we've created our skeleton version of our application, we're going to go and push that to GitHub. We're going to first create a repo for it, then push it to GitHub, then try and create a sort of like package that we can download through Packagist. So while that's doing that, I'm going to switch my screen again. We're going to get our GitHub set up and ready. Again, sorry about that, but that little thing that I've just copied and pasted, that's pretty much worked. Now I've just hit the git status command, and this is what you're seeing in my terminal right now. So git status, it brings up all the stuff that is not indexed, is going to be ready to be pushed to Git, right? So that's where we're at the minute. And I'm not an expert in Git. I know the commands that I need to use to get it to do what I need it to do. That's pretty much my knowledge on Git. Git status, Git add, Git commit. I can revert some stuff. I can stash some stuff. I can pull some stuff. That's pretty much the command I mostly use when I'm using the GitHub. So now I've done Git status. I'm going to do Git add, to do commit, put a message, say first commit. Then I'm going to say git push origin main, just like so. And that's going to get uploaded to our new repository that we've just created. We're going to go and refresh our page. So switch my screen again. Let's refresh. And there you go. Now that we've got that up on Git, we've got that repository ready. That's what we're going to be working from. So this is the link I'm going to be posting down in the description. So if you want to come and join in or download what we've done so far, this is pretty much where you're going to be doing that from. So now that we've got all of our skeleton file in our repo, we're going to go ahead and create a release for it so we can then link it into Packagist. So, and that's pretty simple. I mean, Git makes that pretty simple for us. So what I do is I click the create a new release link, and I'm going to give it a version number. I'm going to call this 1.0.0. I'm going to give it a name, call it MagmaCore starter. And it's a 1.0.0. Right, I'm going to click this. This is a pre-release because obviously it's not something that you're going to be using straight away. We're going to be, it's like a beta package, right? So I'm going to click on publish released. So once I've done that, I've now got a pre-release that I can point to once I get onto Packages. So I'm going to go onto Packages right now actually. So I'm going to say Packages, and I've already got an account called the Coding Workshop, which you can see right here, and I've already got 2 packages that you guys have already been downloading or have downloaded in the past, and so I'm going to go and submit that new package that I've just created. So click on the submit. I'm going to go and fetch the URL, which is going to be the MagmaCore starter URL when I can find it. So it's going to get my repositories again. So MagmaCore starter, I'm going to copy the link and I'm going to paste it right here to check, to submit it. And that's pretty much how we submit packages to our package to Packages. So the package is not auto updated. Please set up the OK in GitHub. I think that's already set up on my account, so eventually it will actually be updated whenever time I create a new release. It's going to automatically sync with my Packages account. This package is not compatible with Composer, that one. Please make sure you upgrade to Composer 2+. Yeah. Cool. So we've got that package now. What we're going to be doing now is we're going to go and create a new project from this actual package. So switch my screen again, and I'm going to close this down. I'm going to say File, New Project, and we're going to call this, we're going to create it in our XAMPP main XAMPP directory. So you can't see what I'm seeing again, but I've actually got the new project dialog opened up, and that's where I'm trying to select where my new project is going to live. So I'm going to create from existing. I'm going to create in this window, and what we're going to create, inside our htdocs, let's just add a new directory. We're going to call this, actually that's not what we need to do. File, new project, get my XAMPP directory again, htdocs, okay, create this window. Right, so sorry about that, that's where we're at. So we're now going to be creating, or try and create, a new project from that package that we've just uploaded to Packagist. So it's going to be, let's have a look at it again and see what we've called it. So it's called MagmaCore Starter, right? So let's say composer, spell that right, composer create project, if I can spell, create project, and it's called MagmaCore Starter. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call this YouTube project. Click enter, and there you go. It's found that package. It's going to create a fresh install for us. That way we can then start to build our own application from that package that we've just put on GitHub, and just sync to our Packagist account. So we're going to let that install for a bit, and we're going to check the files and make sure that it's exactly what we've just put on. And that's finished install. So let's have a look at that project files, and it's going to be YouTube project, that one. Let's just try and open it. Open YouTube project, okay, this window, and this is what we've just created. So these are all the stuff that we've just put on Packagist, and we've created a new YouTube project with that command that we use in Composer. So bin file, got a config directory. You notice that we didn't get the app directory, and the reason why we didn't get the app directory is because when you upload an empty directory when you put an empty directory onto GitHub, let's say put that .git keep file in, it doesn't push that empty directory to GitHub. So that's the reason why we're not seeing that, but that's not a problem. We can easily create that over again. So I'm just saying new file, new directory, app directory, and that's going to be it for this little video right here. You see, we've got our application started, we've created a fresh skeleton version, we've created a Git repo, and we've synced it with Packagist. We've then come in our terminal, we've then created a new project from that process that we've just carried out. Now in the next video, we're going to set up our environment to read our application, so we can then browse it in our browser, right? Because I'm using XAMPP, you might be using a different environment, but I have to set my environment up, and it's going to be different for everyone. So it's not something I'm going to be videoing. I'm assuming at this point you guys would know how to get to this point, right? So that's what's going to be in the next video, getting our environment ready and start building out our application. So thanks, and I'll see you in the next video.